Hi everyone, my name is Atanas and today I'm going to walk you through our ClerkMinutes webinar. Let's just give it some time and allow others to happen and to join us. I can see some familiar names and faces. Hi Stephanie. So while we're waiting for the others, I just want to let you know that you can chat with us on your screen in your right hand side. You will find the chat button, and right next to it you will also find the questions button. You can use those to send anything that you might need from us. I'll take the time during the webinar to answer any of the questions you might have. Do you have people that have actually tried ClerkMinutes, or this is your first time? So hi Pamela, hi Fumela, I can see Diane, hi Diane. Renea, am I pronouncing that correctly? Hi Greg. Feel free to drop any questions in the chat, any highs. Here's one of mine. Okay, let's get this show on the road. So I can see some people typing. Hi Stephanie, hi Greg. Renee, okay, I love it. Hi Renee. Oh, Stephanie is from Utah and they're finally warm. So Stephanie, you've been to these webinars and it's good for me to tell you that we're going to change some things. The first thing that we're changing, I'm actually wearing a linen shirt in the hopes that the weather will turn nice. Finally, it's been very difficult for us lately. For example, it was 65 degrees for 2 weeks, and the day I had a mountain race it went 45. So I'm kind of disappointed with that, and that's my wishful thinking for today with a linen shirt that I can go to a beach in Greece. And the second thing is we're going to use this webinar to help each other learn from each other. So the goal for today is not just to go through the tools that we provide, but to also see how you can best utilize those tools or any other tools so you can save time and make life a bit easier in the office. So without further ado, I'll just share my screen. Please bear with me for a moment. I have too many tabs open, and Stephanie knows that. Okay, there we are. So as I said, today we're going to talk and see if we can learn from each other. Our goal will be to figure out how we can transform minutes generation, both with ClerkMinutes and with how you can do it in the office. And we'll turn chaos into clarity. So we're going to focus on how we can do that. Before I jump in, I have some questions. So what do you like most about doing minutes? I'm just joking. We all hate doing minutes. Hi, Diane. Why do you not like doing minutes? Can somebody tell me in the chat why you do not like doing minutes? So Stephanie is saying that public comment is the worst thing. Yeah, I hear you, Stephanie. It's something that we'll work on to make it easier for you. We've made some things easier. Renee, Greg, do you like doing minutes, or is it something you don't like doing? Greg says, I like doing them now that I have ClerkMinutes. Thank you, Greg. Renee says she's not liking minutes. Stephanie is liking some now. Okay, that's cool. Well, I'll jump to that. I'll discuss more how we can make it maybe a bit more fun. And Diane says, good answer to Greg. And yep. I'm very happy to hear that you guys are liking it. The story behind the ClerkMinutes, not many people know it, but it's a story of figuring out what will work for clerks. Our founder has in fact worked with municipalities for 17 years now, and I've been doing that for 5. So we're figuring out how we can do it best. The ClerkMinutes that you started using only 2 weeks ago is not the same ClerkMinutes that is out now. There's many improvements, and we're going to discuss them. Greg, for example, has found some issues with ClerkMinutes combining comments with different people when recorded. So that's something that we too have been figuring out, Greg. So thank you for sharing that. So Tyler from Providence actually said that ClerkMinutes saved him hours of work every week, but it has also given him a mental reprieve. According to him, minutes used to take 7 to 8 hours to fully complete, and it was a total drag and a mental drain, but now he can do them within 2 or 3 hours. That basically told us at ClerkMinutes. Okay, Renee has sent a very nice comment. I'm going to share with everyone later. What Tyler shared there and what you are sharing now tells us at ClerkMinutes, and Greg just sent an owl, I love it, tells us that minutes take hours to finish the old-fashioned way. But with ClerkMinutes, we can shorten those hours-long process to under 15 minutes. Of course, it depends on what you need as a municipality, how much detail do you need, and how much time it takes. It still shortens down everything. Now, I'm going to cover the basics. I'm going to chat about what it does best, how it does it. And Renee, I'm actually going to touch upon the issues with combining comments by different people when recorded and how OWL can actually help. So how does ClerkMinutes work? Well, first we build the agenda, then we upload the recording, the things that you are struggling with, where it creates the transcript, and then we process the minutes, right? So we have 2 options to do the agenda. We can upload a PDF. Now there's an AI designed to look at the specific PDF to just give you the agenda items. But you can also create your new minutes with the new agenda builder. The new agenda builder is in fact collaborative. As you can see here, you can actually attach documents or other files, and that will add them into an agenda packet. That packet and whatever you attach or whatever agenda item is there actually allows other people in other departments to also attach files, also add agenda items. So it's a collaborative effort. You don't have to send emails back and forth. It can all be done within ClerkMinutes. So as we said, we first build the agenda, and the second thing is we record. How can you record everything? So you can record with a handheld recorder, an AV system, and you can use OWL or Logitech or any live stream like Zoom or YouTube to create a transcript. So we have seen how talking over each other actually creates a situation where the AI cannot recognize things. And as we said, as Renee said, OWL helps a lot. So that's a system that we actually have seen helping a lot of people. Then the other thing that you do is you upload your recording or you add the link, and then it spins around, looks at it, and creates the transcript. And the last step is to process the minutes. How do we process the minutes? For those who haven't done that so far, we first, when uploading the agenda, we make sure it's correct. Secondly, when uploading the recording, we take a look at the transcript, make sure it's at least 75% correct. We don't have to have 100% correct transcript. And then we assign speakers, after which we set the length, tone, and we proofread the minutes. So I just went blah, 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 we do this, we do that, but it can be pretty straightforward within the app. Greg, Renee, do you find it easy to just do these steps, or is it more complicated than you're used to? Maybe Diane has an answer to that, or Pamela? Okay, so Renee says it's pretty easy. The process is okay, says Greg. Okay, we'll dig into that, okay, so I can learn from you as well. So as I said, covering the basics, we generate the minutes, we select the tone, we select the length, and then we do that. Now, after we do all of that, it's important to proofread. Every it turns out there's five types of minutes, so every municipality uses those 5 types of minutes. And we can always figure out how to do it the best way we can by just proofreading it, and you can always inform us how we can do it in the future. And you can also edit the minutes after they are generated. How happy are you with the minutes that usually get generated? So A, a 5 stars, B, 4 stars, C. I have 2 C's, sorry about that. 3 stars, 2 stars, and 1 star. How many stars? I can see Diane is saying the main issue she has, sometimes the program does not follow the same format even when selecting the same type as previous minutes. Okay, that's a very nice point, Diane. I'm going to write that down. So you would suggest that AI learns from previous minutes. Diane says she would give it 4 stars only because it has different formatting each time. Renee says B and C and C. So 4 and 3 stars. And Greg says B. Stephanie says that with public comments, it's hard. A lot of times they do not show up, or only a small portion with public comments shows up. So that way, Stephanie actually leans into the transcript. Okay, that's good to know as well. So on the right-hand side, I noticed that, Stephanie, I think you mentioned something in a previous webinar. So I noticed that on the right-hand, you sometimes want to copy-paste. That's why on the right-hand side, we actually added the transcript in the hopes we can make it easier. But I can see there's a bit more things to think about there. That's cool. How long does it take you to refine the minutes after they are generated? So most of you said 4 and 3 stars. And even if you say 1 star, my feelings won't get hurt. It's better to know so we can improve. So you still take, Renee and Stephanie still take 2+ hours to refine the minutes. Greg says 1 hour. And Diane says she takes 2 hours, and it depends on the meeting. That's good to know, Diane. I didn't know that it can depend on the meeting. Okay. So which meeting, which type of meeting does it take more than a regular council meeting? Executive sessions. Ooh, that's cool. Stephanie says, when people are being crazy and a lot of yelling, it takes a lot more time. It takes the AI as well. I know when I was doing minutes at the ministry that I worked in, it took a long time when those things would happen. It's nice to hear it's like that in the States as well. Okay, so we all discussed how it can take a bit longer. I want to show you some tricks how you can do this. So you can use AI actions and actually make it longer, shorter, or describe the change for both several portions of the minutes, one portion of the minute, or the whole minutes. So this way you can utilize AI actions to maybe shorten those 2 hours that you spend on the minutes. So all that you need to do is select, click, and bam, you're there. Oh yeah, you need to type out what you need from the minutes as well. Renee says there's never a dull moment with public comments. Actually, sometimes I was thinking to, like, when I was researching videos of meetings, I had the same feeling. So once the AI actions spew what you might need of them, you can accept or discard that in a separate window. That way it will be included in the minutes themselves. Now, the other thing that you can do, you can actually regenerate minutes as many times as you want. We know that sometimes minutes are not perfect for all municipalities. We, in fact, have hundreds of users, and we understand that it cannot be perfect. That's why regeneration is free and unlimited. So you can do it as many times as you want. The other thing that I want to share with you is that you asked for certain things and we listened. So that's why we have a new speaker tool. The new speaker tool allows you to manage the speakers much more efficiently than before. And here you can see we have them in a drop-down. Set drop-down shows you more of the speakers, and it can shorten the length quite significantly. What we are thinking, well, I don't like sharing too many secrets, so I'll share one secret today, but not what we're thinking for the. Yes, Diane asked, can you edit the speaker names now? Yes, you can, and you can add them a title. You can also add them to a certain council, committee, department, wherever you want. Yes, after they are added, you can still change it. Now, another thing that we created is the AI now listens to the transcript itself and learns about the speakers. Not just from what you assign, but also from the recording itself. But that's something that's high level at the moment, and I'm hoping we can simplify that process so it can serve you much better. For example, if you try now, don't tell anyone, if you try now to generate minutes without assigning speakers, in the minutes, the AI might know who those people are. We also shortened the text lines and confidence, and we added confidence scores in the transcript. I've been going on and on about that. And this is basically what Stephanie said. People talk over each other. With shorter transcript lines, the AI, in fact, is listening in a bit more directly and is trying to add more lines. So the transcript might appear longer than 3 weeks ago, but in fact, it's supposed to be a bit more correct. As I said, we also added confidence. So this is from our lab, where it says text confidence. You will see it much more differently, much more nicely, and you don't have to have 100% correct transcript for you to generate the minutes. And now we have a secret. Has anyone noticed anything with ClerkMinutes in the past week or so? Anything new? Anything? Now I know Stephanie will say, I thought Okay, Diane hasn't seen anything new. Greg, Stephanie knows we changed something. Okay, so we have employed a chat function for each meeting. So what that will allow you to do is you can in fact ask the AI to tell you what you want to know out of the meetings that you are actually generating minutes in. So basically you can tell it, okay, tell me more about that and that report. And in theory, it should spill it out, say everything. Okay, so Diane is asking me to make the screen larger, but in fact, I'll just show you how it works. So let's see if I have a transcript here and I have something here. So here on the right hand side, I have the chat. Can you see it? Awesome. So first things first, Stephanie knows Megan. Megan says, hi, I talked to her yesterday. He misses all of you, all of she misses us and everyone. Stephanie, she misses you particularly a lot. She loved talking to you. So we're going to use Megan in this meeting. And I am going to ask him, what did Megan say about the public hearing? Let's see if it knows. This is a very broad question. So, okay, we can see Megan address the council regarding the public hearing. Can any of you give me a nicer question? Something more like something that you would want to know out of a meeting. Let's say you didn't go to the meeting. You know they talked about software technologies, whatever. What would you ask? Thank you, Stephanie. Gold star. That's awesome. Before you send me the questions, please note this is in beta, so sometimes it can hallucinate. Stephanie, we actually now, the speakers are much nicer. We sent a newsletter a couple of days ago, and it's much nicer now. I don't know if you tested it out 2 or 3 days ago, but it should work better. Let me find something in this meeting. What was included in the public works report? Give me bullet points. Okay, so it's actually including information about maintenance on the roundabout, stabilization of Girl Scout points. So you can always ask it stuff like that. Now let me get out of the secret and back to the webinar. So I can see some people. Okay, Renee says it's cool. Thank you, Renee. I do want to use this opportunity to learn some things from all of you. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Feel free to pitch in. I will use all the information you provide to see if we can make your process a bit smoother with AI minutes. So Diane is saying that she can use the chat. Diane, feel free to use AI actions as well. So they're kind of fun. So I do want to ask you, like, what's the meeting process? Like, bullet points, real fast. For the meeting itself, how do you organize it? I wish I could have you all here and we can chat. Okay, so you do agenda items and bullet points. I did notice some municipalities actually have like a very lengthy agenda item. And they include information, then include some subtext explaining the agenda item. Renee, have you been here to Greece? That's why I'm wearing this shirt, wishful thinking, as I said at the start. So Diane says they have field trip, everyone. Well, Renee, you have our email, so if you want to get in here, I know some awesome places. I'm not very familiar with the islands, but I know some awesome places on the mainland. So Stephanie is saying with every heated meeting, she needed to go back and find they interrupted the meeting. So Stephanie, you can even go back now and ask in the chat the AI to give you who those people were. You can try that. So another thing that I really want to ask is, what's the most painful part when organizing the meeting? Yeah, Stephanie, you can ask it with the chat. If they spoke their name out loud, it should know. I can see Diane typing. So Diane, you too struggle with speakers and people talking over one another. Renee is saying that they use the AI for several boards within the organization, and every board has a different layout. That's interesting to know. That might mean that you might even need different generation of the minutes themselves. That's interesting. Greg is also struggling with assigning speakers and people talking over each other. So that's the main pain point you're struggling with. Well, I'm happy we pushed an update that's actually at least touching on that point. But I think that we can always improve. And I think that technology will slowly improve to figure out those talking over each other issues. So this third question I'll just skip, and I'm going to tell you what's next. But first, I want to see what Diane has to say. Renee agrees with Stephanie that some people, and will reassign previous speaker that I just fixed. Diane says some do minutes where it is a general overview of what is said, which this program handles very well. But Diane's minutes need to be detailed at times. Okay. Diane, I really think that the AI actions would help you a lot if you're struggling with those issues. And this is a perfect way for moving forward. So what we're going to work on next is better processing. That's why I've been asking you these questions. We actually want to create a better way of processing the minutes, better way of generating, and a better result now. We're also going to work on custom templates. I'm not sure, but I think Diane touched on it, saying that different departments actually have different ways for their meetings. And another thing that we're considering is live video streaming. So those are the things that are on our roadmap next to work on, improve, and make sure that you will have good use of it. And I can see that some of the things that you shared with us, people talking over each other, finding information in a meeting, assigning speakers, and stuff like that can actually be included here to help out with the final minutes that you generate. Our goal is for you to have the perfect minutes when you click generate minutes now. So that's one of the goals that we want to strive forward. And I know Diane, for example, can use AI actions to pull more details of the minutes, but we also want to make sure that Diane, in certain cases, doesn't have to do that because she can finish everything in like 15 or 20 minutes. Renee, that's a nice point. You think it would be amazing if the program would record the meeting. Anyone else would like to see the program recording the meeting, streaming it or something? Okay, Greg is agreeing. Stephanie is agreeing. I think that's great that we're on the track of creating it and making it even easier for you all, even though you already tried it, love it, use it. So all of these things will be coming as previous updates came for you as well. Just be patient with us, please. We're trying to do the best we can. Renee is saying live streaming for absent members would be nice. Renee, sorry, Diane said that. Diane, do you think that, let's say you have a meeting in the office, somebody can work remote? It happens, for example, with HeyGov, there's a couple of people that are actually working from Florida for municipalities in Wisconsin. Do you think that if you would have a situation like that where somebody can join in on the meeting remotely while you people are in the office doing the meeting? I know some of you might really want to go to Florida, work from there. From what I heard, it's actually really beautiful. But I'm weird, so I have only 2 places that I want to visit in the States. One is in Michigan, and one is North Carolina. Without the hurricanes. Yeah, I agree on that, Renee. Without the hurricanes. Okay, so this is maybe a redundant question. I'm guessing all of you tried ClerkMinutes. Is there someone here that hasn't tried it? I haven't heard anything from Pamela. And I think all of the others have actually tried it. If you actually want, you already have access to the paid part of the system. Diane is user with 3 departments. If you also want to have some departments trying it, there's no fee attached to it. You can just add them in the department so they can use it by themselves. All until like there's a limit. Yeah. Okay, I asked that question because I'm in the mood of giving gifts. But you've all done the 14-minute free trial. Renee has 3 people as well. That's awesome. So any questions for me after the things that we went through? Any questions that I can help you with? Any issues that you might have that you're struggling? Maybe even a suggestion to maybe give me a nice joke for the next webinar, something like that. It's amazing talking with you all, but I feel like I would love for you to be here and chat in person, or at least online, face to face. I can see several people chatting. So Greg is asking, they would like to know more about developing templates for the agendas. Diane is agreeing with Greg. Anyone else loving to learn more about the agendas part? I'm going to show you what's in the collaborative agenda builder. Renee is with it as well. Okay, let me share this tab and let me show you. So the agenda part is part of the ClerkMinutes that we launched on March 27th. I like that date, I don't know why. And you can see it's included in our growth plan now. So there's a collaborative agenda builder if you want to go through the new price and the new plan. The collaborative, I needed to share this. So as I said, March 27th, we launched the new plan and it includes a collaborative agenda builder. We also overhauled the website. I hope you guys like it. This is Dustin, he's the founder. And he actually is the vision behind everything that you are using, and we're hoping it saves you time. So the collaborative agenda builder, this is how it can do certain things. So here I can in fact export my agenda. While it loads, I can actually have an agenda packet. Oh, I need to share each tab. Give me a second. So it exported the agenda and it gave us like a little PDF thingy that's very straightforward. With the agenda packet, it will actually include anything that you add into the agenda. How will that work? So let me just find something with the agenda builder. So let's say we have one here for a closed session meeting, and I can in fact add an agenda item. Here I can add a speaker or a presenter, let's say Megan, because we all miss her so much, and I can pull her from a drop down. And I can also attach files for Megan. So Megan will talk about agenda items. No, let's say discussion on agenda builder or something like that. When I do this, I can also add a note, Megan, please include more details for your agenda. And I'll save. I'm just trying to be fast. So we can see that Megan has actually been assigned to agenda item number 4. It has a note. It has something attached to it. If I click to export the packet itself will actually export. A second. The screen sharing crashed on this system that we're using. I just made it weird for you guys. That's why I use presentations, because I sometimes go too much in depth. So, and I'm too dry explaining things. So we can see that the agenda is like this. We have 4 items, right? And we have the agenda packet attached as the agenda packet. And now if I look at the agenda, I can see the 4 items. I can see what I have attached. Now, if I want to change something, I can in fact change the template settings, and here I can allow for, based on category, let's see, which one was this? City Council, I think. So I can have different type of agenda formatting for the agenda itself and the agenda packet. So here I can change the lettering, numbering, font, stuff like that. And we're also hoping to make it in a way where you can add icons of your municipality, maybe a footer and stuff like that. Okay, Greg, I hope this helped. It was awesome having you here. Renee has a question. Yes, I think, no, Renee, that's a good question. I don't think you can add more than 1 speaker per presentation. You can add only 1, but that's a very good point. I can share it with our development team and make sure we can add multiple speakers. That's very, very cool. I love that idea. Diane says that that's with the upgrade and it's a hard sell. Diane, would you mind if we chat more? Why wouldn't you use it as an upgrade? How would you use it? Or you can share with me here, why do you think it's a bit harder to have that update? As I said, we're always open to learn, even on the upgrades part and add-ons and stuff like that. Oh, so you have some budget constraints. We spent a lot of time developing it. It's been an amazing thing that we think will help people. Do you think it will help you? Like in general, the agenda builder? Oh, I see. You don't have 10 people and 10 departments, and that way you have three people, 3 departments, but you would, that's interesting. That's a very good point, Diane. Thank you for sharing it with us. Stephanie just uploads the agenda, and Stephanie, that's great. I hope it's working better. As I said 3 weeks ago, we sent an update for it to be a bit better, and on Monday we're sending a new one. So we are going to make the upload even easier, we hope. Okay, so I have to wrap it up. Any last questions? Oh, Diane is asking what races are these medals for. So we actually did a trail race on Sunday. That's from that. This is something we did in Croatia for New Year's. I have one in like a small town here. No, it's only racing on foot. Renee, I'll send you the email. It's support@heygov.com. So you can always find us there. So yeah. Stephanie, I just started. I'm still fat, so I'm not sure. I even have them here. Stephanie remembers my wall of bricks. So I usually sit there, but it's cold there now. So I sit here and the medals are for me. I'm glad you guys like it too, but I kind of feel embarrassed that they're all here. But yeah, this was one for kids on the spectrum for Down syndrome and stuff like that. So I like that one a lot. And why? Okay. Thank you, Diane, for the support. I'll share it with my girlfriend as well. I think she'll like that support. Okay, so Stephanie says that her kids ran cross country. That's amazing for them. Congrats for teaching them that, Stephanie. Here we don't learn a lot about, wow, all 5. Well, you need a transcript for them, not just for your council. I guess sometimes 5 kids. Congrats to you. I'm very happy that you're teaching them all running. I never knew about running. I only played soccer, but yeah, I wish I knew about running sooner. We have some amazing mountains here. It's the cheapest sport. Yeah, you got that right. Yep, I can run barefoot now. I kind of love it. Helps me so much with work. So I bet that tomorrow when I go on like a normal run, I'll just think about the things we talked today, and I'll figure out a way how we can make the clerk minutes even nicer for you. Thank you, Diane. We'll keep it up. Renee says 6 kids and only the girls did sports and the boys did video games and Legos. Okay, Legos are cool. I never had Legos, but I think they are cool. I can see Stephanie typing. We'll let you know, Renee. We're actually going to also do one-on-one trainings, not just webinars or group trainings for 4 or 5 people that will just help you out get the most of the system, you know. Lego robotics. I need to Google that. Now you put me down a rabbit hole. I want some. I'll tell my girlfriend about it. Maybe I can get an early birthday present. It's amazing to talk with you all. I feel like I need to end it pretty soon, because if I'm not, I'm getting the coffee, getting the tea, and we're sitting down here for an hour or 2 more. We'll see about coming to the US. First, we're going to Slovenia next. So heads up, if anyone comes there, you can ring me up. I know they have good coffee, very interesting people, and the shortest shoreline that I've ever seen. Thank you, Renee. Have a nice one. We'll keep you all posted. Thank you for coming. It was amazing. Bye. I will, Stephanie. Bye. Megan says hi, by the way. And now bye. I screenshotted that. I waited. I knew. Bye, everyone. Bye.